You got completed, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry, we don't know what we're doing, right?
No, we don't.
It's all for the edits.
Yeah, it's all for the edits, all for the gram, all for the...
Instagram, TikTok, follow us everywhere. Or else I'll start crying. I need to afford to be able to go to the co-op. So because we don't really know what we're doing, we just thought, fuck it, we'll throw ourselves in. And by that I mean
She's STEM, I'm M.
yeah, but she's also STEM.
Yeah, I am also STEM.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. She'll get really upset.
Yeah, well, I think
She's got a fun face and she dresses like a little boy.
It's always crazy.
Just a little lady. Just a little lad. Very supreme. Just a little lad. Yeah, that's what you are. You should try and do that dance. Have you seen it?
No.
Lord, you know when you first cut my
Farquaad?
hair? Yeah, you know when you first cut my hair and I'm a bit like Lord Farquaad.
Fuckwad?
Lord Farquaad.
Not fuckwad.
Yeah, but he does that.
Because
And he goes, very supreme, very supreme.
Okay.
Who's a Farquaad? What are you talking about?
I don't know. But
No.
what I was going to say was,
We're besties.
yeah, we are. And I cut her hair.
She cuts my hair. I ruined her life. Standard.
We worked together.
So basically, we met because we were in a group chat at work and this woman was not being very nice. And all I did was call the database, and then the next thing you know, I'm in trouble. We ended up having to have a
Which
sex.
is, if I can just throw it out there, regular occurrence for you at work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get it told off a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm getting used to it.
At least she's not. She threatened to quit on Friday.
Trying to quit every single time I'm at work.
Yeah,
I don't want to be there. But
None of
also,
us
if
do.
you're watching this, please let me keep my job. I need
She
it
has
to
a
leave.
child to provide
Yeah.
for.
Oh, yeah, but then we got into a little separate group chat, didn't we?
Yeah, we
and then,
That was like the OG. That we actually don't talk to any of them anymore. No offense
Well,
to the other people.
yeah, it's not a problem. We haven't got a problem with you. We just don't talk.
Oh, well, I have a
We don't
problem
talk-
with some of them.
Why are you telling them that?
They just need to know the drama.
Who do you have a problem with? Oh, she has a problem.
Yeah, I do have a big problem. Which is not based on any factual evidence because the circumstances around the problem were completely fake.
we're a lie.
But
If there's one thing about us, now, you guys, you need to know this: we're fibbers.
we are fibbers.
But
In a
only
good
funny
way.
fibs. We only say funny fibs and nothing. Everything we say here is true. But no, we do say funny fibs a lot. We find
Yeah, we
everything.
do.
We're just like, how funny would it be if we just threw a fib in? You know what I mean? Like, how funny would it be right now? if
And then
just lied?
but then we tend to not like get out the fibs.
Yeah, but then we play too hard on the fibs.
Yeah.
And it becomes true.
We do. And it does create situations for us later in life.
Created a lot.
Yeah.
Actually. It's been a big problem for us. Mostly me, but also her.
Yeah. It was me first and then it was you.
Yeah.
And now I don't need to worry.
But yeah, so we were in that little group chat and then she messaged me. In fact, the first message you ever sent to me that wasn't in the group chat, here's some background knowledge. The first message she ever sent to me was, well, I don't know what to do, I'm in the doghouse.
I was always in the doghouse.
Yeah, fuck. You were the dog.
I was the dog and I lived in the house.
Yeah. She messaged me saying she was in the doghouse, she needed some advice, and do you know what I did? I laughed in her face and lost a terrible mood.
She's still been giving me that advice 2 years later.
Yeah, I just say, oh, well, there's one thing you need to do is break up.
Yeah. And that's only recently.
It's only recently occurred, so
Yeah.
clearly that's took me a while.
Yeah.
But the reason we actually became friends is because you said I'm a lesbian. I said, oh, me too, how funny. And we were both the young people and we were also lesbians. We said,
Yeah. Although, to be fair, I didn't actually know any of you. I moved from Nottingham to Devon, which was fucking
rogues,
Yeah, it's horrendous.
yeah.
The situation couldn't have been controlled. But yeah, so I moved to Devon, and that's when you then started.
Yeah, and then I made it all better.
Yeah, it was.
No, but
better
what?
after that.
What? The thing is, I didn't know anyone at all. I didn't even know you existed, actually.
I didn't know you existed.
Because we all work from home. We work from home girlies.
Yeah,
we didn't
we
go into the office together. We didn't know each other existed. And then out of nowhere, I said, don't worry, I'm here to brighten your life.
And so she did.
And then I said, move back to Notts, and she did.
Well, yeah,
It
no,
was all me. Yeah, so she moved back, and now I harass her all the time. And then she said how funny it would be if we made a podcast, and I said, that's funny. Let's do it.
yeah. That was
Yeah,
actually this
we
is
find
very
everything funny.
spur of the moment decision. We decided this on Monday.
That were Mark. We can't do things in arms.
No, we don't. We don't. We are all out girlies.
Yeah, she said, how funny would it be to start a podcast? I thought she was having a bit of a giggle. And the next thing you know, she bought fucking microphones and what else did she got? An adapter. We've got an adapter.
Yeah, we have.
So
We've got 2 adapters actually.
professional set, got signed.
Yeah.
Well, look at that, be our guest. And you can be.
Yeah.
Maybe
Do it.
one day. I'm not promising you nothing.
She don't make
I
promises.
don't know you.
She doesn't do that yet.
But we just thought we'd talk about like gay things. There's not many gay podcasts out there,
No, there's not.
and we're gay.
Especially funny ones.
Yeah.
Not claiming that we're funny, but
No, we find each other.
yeah, we find it
This makes it terrible
hilarious.
for everyone.
But if you hate it,
Hello.
don't tell us. Just
Yeah, fact.
just move on, you know?
Don't give me any. I don't want any constructive criticism.
I don't want any feedback.
Yeah.
Just move along with your life.
We did like an agony hour, but we're going to do sob sisters. Okay, we're here for the girls and the gays and the ones that swing both ways, but we're here for everybody else.
We are.
But also, if you're a man listening to this, don't go. I need your money.
She is very gay.
I am very gay.
Don't question it. She has a child with a man.
Yeah.
But she is gay.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not with that man.
No, not anymore.
Yeah,
she has a girlfriend, yeah.
I do.
I'm very gay also.
She's very gay, but she does it all in the wrong way.
Yeah, I do. Everything backwards.
Yeah, she's a bit confused.
Actually, I'm probably having a midlife crisis right now.
And you're 26.
I have just turned 26, yeah.
And you're living to 52. I'm only 24.
52.
I've got years left.
Yeah, you have got years left.
If we were going to talk about our red flags right now,
I like to see
to us
how red the flag can get.
Yeah, her red flag is she runs towards them.
Yeah, I do.
And not only does she run towards them, she also runs back to them once she's already ran there.
I then run away and
there's a full round
360 and go back again.
Yeah, she's got a problem with going back.
I do. It's a cycle I need to break.
Yeah, heard that song, Don't Look Back in Anger? She doesn't. She doesn't look back in anger. She goes back with excitement, which is a problem.
I run towards them with open arms.
Yeah. She said, I love you. I don't have any red flags, so.
You do have a few, but you are getting over them. Like, now you're with, you don't have that many.
Like what?
Or you weren't in a relationship for a good few years.
Oh,
you have commitment issues.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Which is a red flag.
That's not a red flag. That just means I like to take it slow and steady.
No, you don't like to take it slow and steady.
Take it slow and steady. I got with my girlfriend. I said, I love you so much.
You said, I must marry.
I said, actually, I want everything.
Actually, my roommate is moving out. You may move in.
Yeah, no, but I think my thing was, I'm so like, at least I know I've found the right person. Because I didn't like the rest of them. Sorry if you're listening. You're all pissed
me off. Mean it an offence.
I got broken up with at the top of the London Eye, so I ain't got much.
You're never going to let go of that one, are you?
I'm never going to let go. That's really upset me. Bring it up again.
I told you I'd take you back up there.
I don't want to be up there. Yeah, I don't have any red flags. Right, yeah, I did have commitment issues, but I'm getting over that.
You do have a toxic tendency sometimes.
Yeah.
But you are getting a handle on it.
I'm not in a toxic relationship, so I
no, but you were toxic before.
Oh, yeah. Like when? Never. It wasn't me.
She's no longer toxic, but she is also no longer on the market.
No longer on the market. Don't even fucking look at me.
Yeah, fine.
But also don't click off.
You can look at me, it's fine.
Voila. But yeah, so we were all improving. And this is why we decided that we were going to do some New Year's resolutions. I made a few, but I want to hear yours first, because I know yours aren't going to be as good as mine.
Okay, for the serious resolution that I did make, was that I should stop being a people pleaser and set more boundaries.
That's such a lesbian thing.
Yeah. It didn't go well.
Lesbians are people pleasers.
Yeah,
I think they are people pleasers, or you make them perfect. But you not really
Yeah, no, it didn't go well. I mean, I'm now just realising that the boundaries should have been set maybe a lot earlier than what they were. Yeah. And
you've only just worked out what a boundary is, so fine, so I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying. That's all that really matters, isn't it? But yeah, no, the boundaries were not set, and now I'm back in the same situation I was in this time 2 years ago. So
terrible. That is, I feel like lesbians have a cycle though.
Yeah, they do, and I'm stuck in it.
Not me.
Fucking washing machine on spin.
Yeah, I know. Once you get out of it though, it's fucking well. But
yeah, you get pegged out to dry and that, and then you're like, oh, free as a bird.
You got pegged. What the hell? No, mine. Do you want to hear mine?
Yeah, I do.
Learn how to do the worm.
Did you succeed?
Do you want to know? I've got reasons behind all these.
Okay.
What to me did we succeed is March, although I have tried it a few times.
I feel like I shouldn't
apparently the backwards worm is easier to do than the forward.
No, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, because you push up, you go backwards. If you push, you go backwards. If you pull, you go forwards, but it's hard to pull with it. I've tried it, trust me. I've tried it on multiple surfaces because I thought the surface was a problem. Turns out it's me.
No, you're doing the worm on the kitchen side.
No, but I'll tell you why I want to learn how to do the worm, because I think that is a really good trick to pull out of parties. And also, if there's ever an active shooting, if I'm doing the worm, but like I'm a moving target.
I mean, that's concerning for sure.
That's a good one. And one that kind of follows on to that is learning how to do the moonwalk. So you don't see enough people doing that.
Is that why I've been doing the moonwalk?
Yeah, because I've been trying to do it. I take these very seriously. I'm actually trying this. I want to learn how to do the moonwalk because I just think how sick's that.
I feel like I should take mine as serious as you take yours.
Yeah, really should.
Yeah,
because I set the bar high.
You do set the bar high.
I do set the bar.
Yeah.
I mean,
the worm is
Mongolian throat singing. I don't know how to do that because once again, intruder comes in. Intruder.
Oh, an intruder. Okay.
Yeah. He's got to go. He walks in.
You know, the last thing he's trying to expect.
Quiet. He's like fucking trying to snipe me. I'm on the floor doing the worm. And he's singing, now listen, you won't shoot at me, are you?
Nah.
You're scared you're going to run.
Yeah.
And then, if you don't run, I'll moonwalk you out my house. Then what? Just me backtracking. Yeah, try and get me.
Totally and throat singing.
Exactly. But I think those three were quite good.
Yeah, I mean, they're very surface level.
And then I said I'm going to
very
start drinking fizzy drinks, but I had that one last year as well. I did quite well with that. The only fizzy drinks I allow myself to drink are the worst ones, which is Red Bull. I don't really drink fizzy drinks other than that.
No.
Expensive carbonation in a can. Can't afford it. Can't afford the air. Well, I'm giving them a go. Mongolian throat singing has been a bit tricky though. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. You have to be like proper. It's proper fucking hard. Do you know what props to him?
Is this what you do when you tell me we're going to bed?
Yeah. I say I'm going to sleep. Just trying to do the work.
I wonder. Honestly.
But I just feel like I've set a good 3-1 for me.
What?
A 3 for me. It's a good 3.
Good 3, yeah. I've set 1 and not succeeded.
Yeah, but we're only 3 months in. If you start the boundaries now, it's better than never doing it.
It's a bit late to set boundaries when you're not with them anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, you set a good one. Look, this is our lesbian lowdown of the week, actually.
Okay.
Do you want to go first? Because you've had a traumatic one.
Yeah, I mean, my lesbian lowdown is not how I pictured this week going, I must say. I was in Bath the last weekend, having the time of my life. And then...
She choked on a bit of polystyrene.
I did choke on a bit of polystyrene. This bitch bought me a new cup, the one that I was just drinking out of.
You wanted it.
I did. But she bought me a new cup, that one I was just drinking out of. She bought me a new one because my one was getting a bit grotty. It had polystyrene on the end of the straw, and I thought I'd taken it all off. Took a nice big swig of my juice, which was electrolytes, by the way, because I'm a healthy girly now. Fucking polystyrene shot straight to the back of my throat. And instead of running to the sink like a normal human being would do to spit it out, I just opened my mouth and let it all just come out on the floor. He's like, that. He said, oh, no.
And then you had another traumatic experience with your cup.
Oh, yeah. And then I was sat working at my desk in my house, and I was giving my electrolytes a mix. Fucking whole bottom popped off. So
It's exploded.
yeah. And I said, this is bad
Not the existing bottoms. No lesbian wants to hear about that.
This is bad karma. So all in all, the birthday present that she did get me
Was great.
was great, and then turned out shit.
Fair enough. Then also, well, that isn't the most traumatic thing.
No, it isn't. I did get broken up with, actually. Well, I don't know really what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
She's single.
yeah,
Don't know if she's ready to mingle. She's
Probably
having
not.
A bit of a rough week.
yeah, I am having a bit of a rough week, and it's Sunday, so hopefully next week will be better. But
Has anything else happened to you? Any good news?
good news.
Todd,
Yeah,
this was just a crazy decision.
yeah, it was. But I was quite excited about it.
Yeah, this was like at the start of her issue with the break.
Mm.
She was like, I just feel like, how funny would it be if we did a podcast? And I said,
The reason I said it is because when we're together, we laugh.
we have.
Yeah, like in stitches all the time.
So funny. But then also, I think that's our problem because we find everything so funny. I had a bit of a traumatic week, actually. I got a letter through my door.
Oh yeah, I was here for this.
Now listen.
Uses phase.
I've become the person who does not want to open letters. It's always bad news. I live by, you know what I mean? This is my house, but it's not my house. I rent. But people send me letters and it's always bad. I never get a nice letter anymore. Nobody ever messages me.
I feel like that's just the way of the world now, though.
Yeah, anyway, forget this letter. I was having quite a nice day until this point. I opened the letter up. It says, since to court, I said terrible news. I said, this cannot be. And then, yeah, I've been charged with a crime.
I was present. She actually went very quiet.
Yeah.
She said, I said, what's going on?
Yeah, so...
She said, look at this.
Yeah, so basically, I've been summoned to court, and let me tell you pourquoi. Because
She's been
I let the TV licence man in, didn't I?
She did.
Right one.
She said, come in, I'll make you a cuppa.
No, I don't have tea in this house. Nobody's having tea. But I let him in because I'm stupid. And I've been summoned to court because I didn't have a fucking TV licence. Even though I'm paying it now, so I've got beef with them. And we've got to go all the way to Northampton.
She doesn't drive, and I do. So
Northampton. Cheesesteaking me. She didn't have a choice. Northampton for me to say, well, I've got one now. And then they might charge me like £2,000. And I think, you can't get this. Honest to God, it pisses me off. Because they give the money to the BBC and being funny. BBC needs to take a long hard look at themselves because all they're doing is hiring pedos and nicking my money.
yeah, she's not having a good time with that.
No, that annoyed me.
And she's asked me to come along as a witness.
Yeah, she's gonna say I've never seen a TV in my life.
Yeah, I will say that.
We're just gonna bit tits up actually. But...
Yeah. So that is our lesbian lowdown. We're both not having great weeks, but you know, when we come together.
Could be better, could be one.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. I will cry about what it is later, but
I was like, oh my God, I've got to go to court. I'm going to have a criminal right. And then I was like, a bit funny. But people are having a good week for our weekly What the Fuck. Trisha Paytas is having a brilliant week. She is pregnant again.
I personally don't know anything about this.
Which is fucking crazy. She doesn't know Trisha Paytas.
I have no idea who she is.
Which is mad. She's having another baby. Every single time she has a baby, one of the royal family has died. And everyone says it's like Trisha Paytas' baby is like royal family reincarnate.
But why is that? Isn't she like an icon for the gays?
She's such an icon.
But why?
Oh, I can't even explain it. She's just she's like a dopey dumb blonde, but I fucking love her. She's so funny. She's just a funny girl. She used to hang out with like Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, and all of that, all the controversial people. She herself is an icon. And now she's had kids. She's mature. She's so much like me. But yeah, she's got 2 kids already. The first one's called Malibu Barbie.
Right.
Don't pull that face.
I was actually burping, but yeah.
Oh, okay. The second one's called Elvis. Both girls.
Okay.
And now she's having another one. So I just love that for her.
I mean, yeah, congratulations. But which member of the royal family is everyone saying is going to die?
Well, I'm assuming King. I hope it's Camilla, bitch. So what I mean.
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
Yeah, I just think, why the fuck do we need them, by the way? Royals.
No, I have never really understood this, but then again, I'm not a politics girl. I'm terrible, mate. I am a Pisces, so I'm not a good decision maker.
I'm a Libra.
Not you in a bra.
I am a Libra.
Yeah.
That means that I'm indecisive, but I think...
My ex is a Libra. I'm a very slow human being, aren't I?
If you were an animal, you'd be a snail.
Yeah.
I think, no, you're not even slow. I think you just don't know lots.
No, I don't know a lot. But
it's like you don't know Trisha Paytas, and that to me is fucking crazy.
Yeah, but it's not even just that. Like, I'm slow. I don't educate myself.
She also doesn't process things.
I don't process anything. Like, you could sit there and tell me a whole story, and and I wouldn't have listened to a word.
Yeah, she's ignorant.
I'm not ignorant. Just I have a problem with processing data.
Do you know when people say when something terrible happens, and they go, "Wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy." Couldn't be me. I wish it fucking happens to me.
He wishes it.
I wish it happened. Yeah, honestly. I just don't like it.
Well, yeah.
Because I just think, what do you mean you wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy? I really would. And I'd wish
it depends what it is.
3 times as hard.
This is where we differ, because you are not a people pleaser.
No,
you couldn't. Whereas I am, and I am very much like...
I know, but why do I need to please these people when they've been nasty to me?
Well, yeah, you're so right.
You're so right, I am right.
Yeah, you are right, but... It's just, I just don't have that ability.
Maybe something like, I don't know, like, I mean, it's obviously horrible if somebody got, like, fucking hit by a car and they're like, oh, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Now, listen, I hope it's a lorry.
She would get in my car and run them over.
Yeah, I would, yeah. Because
which is crazy. She gets run over at least once a year.
Oh, yeah, I have actually got a problem with that. I've been hit by 4 cars now, and I've been hit by a car. Every single time I've been hit by a car, it's been on the 24th of the month. Not that, and the last time I got properly hit by a car, I've had a few taps in between. But the last time I got properly hit by a car was Christmas Eve 2019. Imagine Christmas Eve.
It's crazy, really.
And that was a wild night. Anyway, but I literally walked out, bang, got hit by a car, and then, actually, I'm not a people pleaser, but I was so embarrassed that I got hit by this car. I knocked on his window, and I was like, I'm so sorry, can I get you a drink? Like, he didn't hit me, and it was his fault. He swerved onto the fucking curb. And I was like, I'm so sorry for getting in your way. Can I buy you a drink? And he was like, I've already had a few. And I thought, that's fucking crazy, because you just hit me with your car.
It's drink driving, that is crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm actually just...
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
That's a plane. We live over a flight path. Under.
We live under the plane.
This is what I mean. I don't even think before I speak.
She's got a problem.
I do have many problems, actually.
And we've also seen, because she might believe that a lot of people deserve the right, but there's a few people that don't. And we were on Twitter the other day, and this person tweeted, what was the tweet? It was like, it's going to take a lot for you to convince me that people are born gay.
Yeah. He was basically suggesting that people that are gay make a conscious decision to be gay.
And we saw it. Straight people say, yeah, I'm just going to go gay. When they have like a...
when they're domestic with their fella or whatever. And they're like,
I don't think they understand that lesbians... Fucking when like lesbians argue, they argue.
Lesbians are crazy.
They are, yeah. I think it's because you're putting 2 girls,
very hormonal women,
together, who are going to have like, it's just very heightened. Everything's very heightened.
Very
that's why we love harder as well. You know,
and
to be gay, no homo, but we do.
Yeah, we do. And everything's very much like fast tracked, fast forward.
Yeah, like
intense.
Lesbians. Like a lot of people. A lot of lesbians I know, it's been like they met each other, then 3 weeks later they moved in. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's happened to me on numerous occasions.
Yeah. She said my door's always open. No rules.
Yeah, just ring the ring doorbell, guys.
I don't even need to see your face. You say you like me, I'll let you in. I'm a people pleaser at heart. You need a bed, I'll give you one. Don't worry about it.
And it will be mine.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah, it is a problem. But I don't agree when people say,
you're not born gay.
No, I don't agree with that. But then we read the comments and people were like, oh, we think it could be related to trauma. Like, people are...
Yeah, and then we did say a lot of the gays we know are traumatised, but then a lot of the straights we know are traumatised.
Yeah, but then I said, you either go one way or the other. Like, if that was the case, you would either go one way and you hate men and you're gay and you couldn't even imagine being with a man, or the other way where you, like...
Love men.
Yeah, you love men.
You get a problem.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Sorry to everyone out there. Sure.
Sorry to everyone that is, like, fascinated by men, but it's a problem.
Yeah, but I think, like, just outwardly being like, you are not born gay. Because I feel like, honestly, if you pull up pictures of me when I was, like, 7, it was obvious.
I think that. But then certain people in my life didn't know.
Well,
my
when I first came out, I told my sister, actually, I was going to ask you this, but I think I like women. And she said, all right, I know. Also, would you like a tikka masala this evening? I said, yeah, fair play, look.
My auntie told me that she knew I was gay when I came out the womb. And I said, so you looked a baby in the eye. I don't even know if I had my eyes open at this point. Like, was I
sure.
Was I even out the amniotic sac? Like,
it said, we can see the head. She said, that's a lesbian.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said, when I came out the womb, she knew I was gay. Yeah. And I said,
oh, I didn't.
I didn't click. Could have told me because I didn't click on till I was about 18.
And I think as well, a lot of people are always like, well, you know, it's really obvious when someone's gay, but sometimes have you ever seen those ones where you're like, why not? Wow, really shakes you to a core. I need to bring this up actually. There was a girl that I went to school with.
Right.
Went to an all-girls school, you can imagine.
I think you had.
I went to an all-girls school and there was this girl I went to school with and she was fucking horrible to me when I first came out. Like, evil to me about me being gay. She's fucking got a girlfriend now. She's gay.
She really reflected on you then.
Yeah. Reflected.
Deflected.
Hell yeah. But yeah, now, because I messaged everyone. I said, hang on a minute, would you look at this? I was in shock.
Unbelievable, isn't it? People do that though. When they're insecure of themselves. And you're very much a own it lesbian. Like, you're like, I'm gay, yeah, I'm what?
Yeah, well, yeah, I say those exact words to anybody that I ever meet. No, but I'm very like, I just think, when I first came out, I think the reason I'm like that is because when I first came out, I was a bit worried. And now, because of like, obviously, like, with the way my family are and stuff, like, I hid it. And then now I'm like, I'm not going to fucking do that. Can't be else.
It's crazy how different our coming out stories are too.
Yeah. Your lots liked you though, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Still like
They were a fan, yeah. They did like me.
My family don't dislike me. It's just,
they dislike me. Remember when your mum came around and told me that I'd be attractive if I didn't have tattoos?
Which is crazy because she has tattoos and so do I.
Yeah.
Your coming out story is crazy because everyone just kind of was like, okay.
Yeah, everyone was just like... In fact, the first person I told was my brother and I didn't even tell him. He just asked me. I was like, how did you know?
Saw you scissoring in the car park.
And my brother's one of like the most supportive people though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%. We love Joe. We love Joe. I didn't really like come out.
No, I didn't come out.
Everyone at school knew. That was just a weird situation.
I didn't come out at school.
I didn't admit I was gay though, did I? That's how I got with my first girlfriend.
What?
I didn't admit I was gay. I went to a house party with her, got really, really drunk. And all night she was like, I think you're a lesbian. And I was like, no, I'm not. And I knew I was, but I was like, no, I'm not. Fuck you. And then got very drunk, woke up the next day. I was naked in bed next to her. I said, well, now what? And she said, I think you're gay.
You said, yeah.
And I said,
actually.
Oh, okay.
To be fair though, talking of like the coming out process, we were talking the other day, weren't we? And we were like, oh, did you have like what did we call it?
I had like an obsession with them.
Yeah. So we both discovered that we both had the same thing.
Yeah, and then I found out that's a thing.
Yeah, she Googled it.
It's homoerotic friendships. It's crazy.
Yeah. So basically, we were both saying that, like, when we first... I don't even think I was out when mine happened, but I, like, just started having, like, feelings that I thought were a bit odd towards a woman. And I was like, this is strange. And, like, at the time, I had a very, very close friend who I spent a lot of time with. And you sort of, like, get all these feelings and put them on this person.
You become obsessed.
Yeah, you do.
But not in a way like a stalkery way. It's just like you want to be their favourite person.
Yeah.
Then we were saying how it gets to the point where like they don't know you're gay. They don't like it's
we hadn't come out yet.
Yeah, you don't come out or
like that.
Yeah. And they don't know that this is the way that you're feeling.
And actually, like obviously the people that you have these with are not gay.
Yeah.
Like, and they're straight.
And then you kind of, but then you start getting like with my one, like it was, once again, it was just like a really close friend. And then she got, bearing in mind, like I don't think I fancied her. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I fancy you. It was like, I'm obsessed with you. I need to be your favourite.
Yeah.
And then she got a boyfriend. And I was like,
yeah,
that's what I feel like. Obviously, I didn't say that, but that's what it felt like.
But like, yeah, and when I was similar situation, when the person, because obviously I went through a straight era. I was very young, but I was in denial.
There's a river in Egypt, your husband is gay.
And she got a boyfriend, so I was like, she's got a boyfriend, I must have a boyfriend. So I got a boyfriend. Never liked the guy. Like, you just do it for the sake of it, don't you? Like, and then
it's normal.
Yeah, it's what you
it's like what's expected of you.
Yeah. And then she broke up with her boyfriend. So then I broke up with my boyfriend, and I was like, okay, back to like how we were before.
Yeah, exactly. Because you just want to be their favourite person.
Yeah, and you get like upset if other people.
Yeah, but then you get older and you realise, no, I'm just gay, and this was a girl who showed me attention.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I feel like they don't know they're playing into that, but they do. And it's not their fault.
No, I don't think it's not their fault. Like, I don't think the person that I'm talking about was aware at all.
Yeah.
Like, I think
it just happens.
It does just happen, and I think people...
But, like, they don't understand, like, little things to them are big things to us.
Yeah.
So, like, when, like, I was in it, like, I was saying that sometimes, like, we'd go out, we'd have, like, a few drinks or whatever on the park when we were, like, 14 or whatever. And, she would come up to me and be like, oh yeah, all of them, like I'm friends with all of them and I love them all. I just love you. I love you so much more. Like, I love you so much. And I'd feel like so special. And to her, that's just like an off comment. And to me, I was like, oh my God, I'm a favourite. Do you know what I mean?
But I don't also think that we look back now as adults and think, I would absolutely love never.
No.
But like at the time, if they'd have given you the opportunity because you were so fascinated with this person.
Yeah, and I think as well, it's just so like it's just something that you like you've just realised that you like women, and then it's like I've got all of these feelings that I don't know where to put, and you just shove them all on one thing.
Yeah, you do, and it's the closest relationship besides obviously for me, my mom.
Yeah. Like
it's the next closest relationship you have. So it's automatic. Like you don't even realise you're doing it. It just happens. And it's actually really overwhelming.
It is. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, it is.
It's horrible because you think you're mental.
Yeah. And
I used to literally sit there and think, fucking hell, I'm like a stalker.
Yeah. And you'd also do like stupid things to get their attention. Like,
yeah.
And if they gave that attention to somebody else, you'd be like really upset about it. And actually like...
And it's crazy when you were that young because now I just look back and I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. But you're right, it is because you have like all these feelings.
Yeah,
and never felt
like 14. So you're going through the like puberty, and you're also going through, I've just found out I'm gay. And then you've got this person, and then you do this big thing where you're like, everything when you're 14 is world ending anyway. It's soul crushing. So then you have that on top of just finding out you're gay. And then it's like...
And you've not even come out yet. So everything's internal. Like everything's in your head and everything's like, am I gay? Am I like, what is this feeling?
Yeah. And then it all fucking hits you like a brick. And you do feel like, and you feel a bit weird.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah. And there's also like I said before, like the denial phase that comes with being gay. Because when I was at school, obviously, I'm only 2 years older than you. But when I was...
okay with it?
No, they weren't. And there was no one at my school that was gay. Yeah. So there was never like a safe environment for you to be like, oh, actually, me too. Like,
yeah. I feel like my year, when I was at school, I feel like we were the first ones who came out. I didn't like come out to people. It just kind of got spread.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, well, everyone knows now.
I mean,
but then people would ask me questions. Have you ever had that bullying where it's not proper bullying?
Yeah, but it's like intimidating.
Yeah, no, yeah, because I used to have it. I'd be sat in class and somebody would be like, okay, so you're gay, so what have you done with a girl? And I'd be like, oh, because this was like when I was like 13, and I'd be like, nothing. So you know what I mean? Like, I'd kissed a few girls, but like everyone was kissing girls. And they'd be like, well, I've done more than you, and I'm not gay. And I'd be like, oh, okay. But then they'd be like really weird about it, and they'd be like, when you get a girlfriend, you'll show us, won't you? You'll show us loads of pictures of you two together and stuff. And I'd be like, that's just fucking...
Yeah.
But I was never like outright bullied. Nobody came up to me and like called me a slut.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what I mean?
It's just so... I think it's really weird. I know this is a bit off topic, but I think it's really weird how quickly things have changed, because now, like, everyone's gay, like...
And I love that.
I do, yeah. I think it's great, but it's also like... people, it's just like such a difference.
Yeah, I
like
think a lot of people in my school when they came out it was bi. I think a lot of people I know a lot of people now who I went to school with who said they were bi and now they're lesbians, but they came out as bi in school, so it wasn't like too big of a like fucking.
Yeah, see, I never went down that path. I do have a friend that went down that path, but she came out as bi, but wasn't really seeing men in that time. Yeah. And then now is obviously a lesbian.
Well, I came out as gay, and then I went through a spiral where I was like, oh my god, baby, I'm not gay, I don't know what to do, and then I had a baby.
I mean, that's it.
And then I said, no, I am gay.
Yeah, for me personally, I don't know if it's the same for you, but like there are times when you do question.
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
Yeah. But like, it's a very weird feeling, isn't it? Like to question yourself after such a long time as well. Like I've been gay now since.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, I was just getting my period.
Yeah, it's like the week before your period.
Yeah,
like,
it's always just like, oh, never mind.
Period comes, and you're like, never mind.
I am a lesbian. Turns out I could never see myself with them.
Yeah,
I've started to hate them whilst I'm with them.
Yeah, I've had that.
And I think that's a lesbian problem.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't really have many straight couple friends, so I don't really.
Yeah, not me.
Not one that you'd turn around and be like, by the way, do you hate your partner?
Yeah, BT dubs. I know they're right there. Do you fucking despise them? But I've got to the point so many times where I've been in a relationship and I can't fucking like, honest to God, the relationship I'm in now, I cannot even fathom anything like that happening because I genuinely think the people I was with before, I just thought I loved them.
I think you do get that with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, especially where I think I was about your age when I got into like
your hybrid relationship. It went too quick. Yeah.
She lived a very long way away, moved to where I lived at the time, moved in with me. I also had 2 dogs. Sensitive. And yeah, we were fine.
And then you weren't.
And then we really weren't. No, I used to wake
up. It's just, yeah, because you just look at them and they've pissed you off.
Yeah.
They haven't even done anything. I'll just think, fuck you today, actually.
Yeah.
Enough for you.
I don't even think it was a choice
but then
at that point, though.
But it's weird, because when you're with them, you have that, like, you love them so much. I think when you get to that point, you get into a relationship, you have that, like, bit, you love them loads. Like, you
love them. Yeah.
And then you can go from like really intense love to hatred. And like, but now I'm not with them. I've not got a problem with them.
Oh my God, no.
Couldn't care less.
I think when you're not with the right person and your feelings aren't as genuine as you think they are, it's so easy for the love and hate line is so thin.
Yeah.
It is like, as much as like you can love someone with your whole heart, like they can do anything and you'll get pushed across that line. Like it's just how it is. But when your feelings aren't as genuine as you first thought they were, that line gets thinner because it's like there's not enough there to hold you on.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This is why I say now, in the relationship I'm in now, I couldn't fathom that happening. I think it's because before I thought the feelings were genuine for these other people and they just weren't. Not that I didn't like them.
Yeah, but there's a difference between.
But then I never ever told any of them that I loved them, did I? I was always like,
yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah,
thank you.
And then with my girlfriend now, I was like, I spent £120 on a necklace to tell you that I love you.
Yeah, this girl over here
couldn't
say the words "I love you," so we had to go and get her a
Pandora necklace engraved personally with my handwriting in it. That said, I love you. Because, God forbid,
words came out of her mouth. Yeah. Whereas my problem is I say it too easily.
Yeah,
this is where we differ. We have very different. I fall in love overnight.
But I just can't. I fell in love quick with her. I just can't say it. I think that's no homo. You know what I mean? I just can't do it. I give myself the ick. I give myself the ick so easily.
Yeah,
I can't. I'd like the thought of proposing. Oh my God, the thought of me getting down on one knee gives me the ick so badly. Like I would, I want
the thought of you getting down on one knee gives me the ick as well.
Yeah, but I want to marry her. Like I love her so much, and I want to marry her. But
you heard it here first, guys.
But I feel like I'd be like, oh, please marry me, please. If you leave me, I'll cry. Please say yes. I just can't.
Yeah, but I think like that comes with time.
Yeah, but
especially for you, where you've not like experienced the kind of love you have now.
Yeah, I'm just not good with. I'm good with commitment now because I'm in this and I want to be committed.
Yeah.
Before, I wasn't good with commitment. Not that I've ever cheated or anything, but I just couldn't. I literally have said multiple times before I got with the girl I'm with now. I was like, I'll be single till I'm 40 and not bat an eyelid. Like, it just doesn't bother me. Because as long as I was doing whatever I was doing in between, I just wasn't bothered.
Yeah. See, that's where, again, like, we differ. Like, it does bother me.
Yeah, she can't do casual. Whereas I
can't do casual, but I also, this is where I need to be a healthy girl. Like, I am terrified of ending up alone.
Yeah, you're just not funny. Realistically, I'm going to be there.
I'll say,
you'll
marry us too.
Fuck you, I'm here.
Yeah, I am. I do get scared of being alone.
You're never going to be alone. You've got the voices in your head and you've got me.
Voice in my head are crazy.
No, but this is the thing. I just, like, for me, I'm so comfortable with being alone. I wouldn't want to be now, be fucking dead.
I feel like you've had to be, though, like where you've had a child and like you've been a single parent.
Yeah, I've just gone with it.
Yeah, you haven't had a child.
Yeah.
Whereas I've always had someone.
Yeah, but even before, I'm
someone, I don't mean a girlfriend. I mean my parents. Like my mum is my rock.
Yeah. Whereas I was just good at, I was just very good at, I was just sleeping about and I was all right with that.
And also I think as well, like in the most respectful way, our mums are very different.
Yeah.
Like
I love my mum and I'm so
yeah.
but they're just very different, but like different parenting stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like you've grown up being very independent.
Yeah, and I've loved that.
Yeah. Whereas I
think it's because I think part of it is because I moved out when I was 15. Do you know?
Yeah, I am independent and I have moved out. Unfortunately, had to move back in.
Love you, Julie.
But like where I've had such problems with like my anxiety,
yeah,
she has been the person that I've lent on.
Yeah, whereas I don't have that choice. Yeah. I've just kind of had to get on with it.
Yeah,
and that's been fine for me. I've loved. I think if you met me when I was younger and lived in Boston, I was like a completely different girl. Couldn't do anything by myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I just moved and said, you know what? Fuck it, I'll do what I want. But then I started doing what I wanted, and then it became a problem. I feel like there's a good and bad side of it, because like I moved and I was like, I've got my independence, I can do what I want. But that was also dangerous because I was only 15. So then I started doing dickhead shit. Yeah. So I was just like, well, I can do what I want.
Because I moved out when I was, how old was I?
Where were they?
You were, and you don't live down the road.
Yeah, I were.
That was crazy, by the way. We lived in the same part of Nottingham. By the way, we live in Nottingham.
For all the 11 people listening, you know who we are. By the way, we live in Nottingham.
We lived literally around the corner from each other.
Yeah, I didn't know. I used to see her girlfriend walking the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I once approached her, God forbid.
Yeah, she didn't take it.
I
wasn't there, so I don't.
Well, no, actually, your dogs approached me.
Yeah, they were friendly.
Yeah, they approached me, so I was stroking them, and she was like, don't do that. I was like, all right, fucking hell. Sorry, love.
She did also see ghosts, so can we be surprised? Not really.
Don't talk to me about ghosts, actually. Thing is, I'll stand by this. You always have to say you believe in ghosts even if you don't, because if they are real, they're going to get you.
Thanks, but really the only person haunting me is going to be me nonna, and I love her, so it's fine.
No, because anyone can haunt you, Em. You don't have to be related to them.
Only blood relatives in here, please.
Such a knobhead. No, I'm telling you. I think I've got bad juju, because honestly, if bad things going to happen, it's going to happen to me, innit?
Well, you say that, but you're in a pretty good position right now. Sorry, I'm just...
No, but like weird things just happen to me. Right, imagine you're a ghost, yeah? First thing you're doing.
Really thought this far ahead.
First thing you're doing. First of all, I would do the ghost worm.
For fuck's sake, you and the worm.
Second of all, I would do ghost worm going to the throat. No, I reckon if I was a ghost, the first thing I would do, because I stand by this point, is I would look at her and see what she's fucking doing, because I don't care what happens to me. And if you're one of those people, I can't stand it when people say, if I die, I'd want them to move on, not me, suffer. Suffer! Be alone forever.
Yeah, valid though.
I ain't having that.
Oh, no, I don't think I would want that for the person that...
Oh, shut up, that's because you're a people pleaser. If I die, and put this out there now, if you're listening, if I die, you ain't moving on. Hey, and if you do, you're a cunt, and I'll come back and I'll haunt you, and I'll ruin your life. We had this conversation before. We had this conversation before, and she was like, I wouldn't move on until the weekend. I said, that's fucking crazy.
Well, can't blame her, really. Girl can't.
And I said, if you die, I'll throw myself in the grave with you. And then I was thinking, I probably won't know, because I'm scared of fish, so don't lower me that far down.
Yeah, she is scared of fish. She has a big phobia of fish.
Yeah, I've got a big phobia, not even a little one, big one.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I was a ghost, I would stalk my girlfriend.
I don't know what I would do as a ghost. To be honest, I'd rather just not be a ghost.
You'd probably just have a fag.
Yeah, I probably would. I can't.
Just see ghost pop. Just floating wrongly.
What? I would do that. Actually, the thing that the first thing I would do is actually check.
Oh yeah, if I was a ghost, I'd
she does have a child that she probably should have checked on first. But no, she wants to go and haunt her girlfriend.
No, it would be fine.
I think we should play a game, Ick or Stick.
Well, a Ick or Stick. Oh, I've got a good one.
I feel like we should explain the game first.
Okay, Ick or Stick. You know what an Ick is? Ick is something that puts you off someone. So we do this thing where we say something, we give people a scenario, and you have to say whether or not, if you're in a relationship with this person, it'll give you the ick and you'd leave, or it wouldn't give you the ick and you'd stick about. Or it can give you the ick, but you can still stick about. I've got a good one. So I saw this thing, it keeps coming up on my Instagram.
Okay,
it's a real life sport.
What's a real life sport?
I ain't lying. It's a real life sport. It's called hobby horsing.
Okay.
Right. It's where these people, they get horses on a stick. You know the horse,
like the one I bought for me for a birthday?
Yeah. Horse on a stick. I'm going to repeat that again. Horse on a stick. They like, you know, like like show jumping, like horses, when they do horse shows and they jump over the jumps and stuff, they do that on the stick. Like, they're doing the jumping, they are the horse. No, honestly, it's a proper sport. Like, people do competition and they always post these fucking really inspirational Instagram posts. And one of them was like, don't ever give up. And it's like this fucking fake horse head, like, that's swaying in the breeze. And then they jump over a big jump and it's like, you will reach heights you never knew. And I think, oh, I wish I were you. I just think, like, what weird. Like, how do you get into that?
I don't know, but that would give me the ick and I would run.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying this is the love of your life.
I don't
They've
care.
come up to you, everything else in your life is perfect.
No.
And then they say, can you come watch me at a show? And you think, oh, I don't know what show they're talking about. You get there, they're on a stick flying over.
No, I'm sorry.
They're always in sound as well.
Because if you're going to go, let's say you stay, right? And you have to then be like, oh my God, babe, that was awesome.
That was awesome. Awesome sauce.
That was so good. Like, you did so well.
You introduce them to your family and they're like, they're an athlete.
Yeah, well, you have to be like,
oh, show us some videos. They're on a fucking stick.
well, they're filling out their CV and they go for a job interview and they're like, what do you do in your spare time? Hobby horsing.
Although, you know what? Right. Now, I agree. It give me the ick. But I've seen some videos of them training. Now, it's vigorous. The stuff they do is crazy. Like, they can get, honest to God, see how high that light is, and they can jump over that.
How, though?
Let me tell you how vigorous training to be hobby horsing. I'm thinking of investing.
I think you should go.
I have a go. No, me.
I don't think you're tall enough.
Fucking crazy. Horses
Like
come in all different shapes and
5'1"
sizes.
over here.
5'3", actually. Cute. But I think that it would really give me the ick.
Yeah, it would give me the ick.
And I would have to be like, I would tell them it gave me the ick.
So you're telling me
if George was on a fucking stick.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I would think I would cry. And I love her so much, but if she was like, I was like, oh no.
We love you, George, but no.
Yeah, I feel like that would really, I'd be like, oh.
It's just not alright, is it?
Although she did say to me once, and I must bring this up.
Okay.
She did say to me, now she knows she can get out. I feel like this is a genuine, like a lesbian thing. I feel like a lot of more masculine people, STEM people or whatever, let femmes get away with a lot.
Oh, don't talk to me about that.
Like, I think, I'll let you do anything, I just think you're pretty.
Do you know what's crazy, though? Doesn't actually do anything.
No, she doesn't do anything bad. No, she doesn't do anything bad, but she was just like, I think you love me. This was what she said, word for word. She said, I think you love me so much that you'd let me piss on you. Now, listen, she ain't into it and I ain't into it. But she was like, I think you love me that much that I could convince you to let me piss on you. And do you know what? She's probably fucking right. I think I would let that happen.
But why do we get this? We just get, like, besotted.
Because she is the best person ever. I'm just saying, if she wanted to piss on me, I'd probably let her.
Okay, that's nice.
Which is crazy, because
Thanks
I know
for sharing.
I tried to piss, but also if she ever tries it, please don't.
Yeah, facts. And I don't want to hear about it if she does.
Drink a lot of water. Yeah, I don't
I think
want
she
to
know what it smell.
No, but like, she's right, because I would. And that's how I know I'm fucked. That's how I know if she breaks up with me, it's over for me.
The least of your problems, though, because I let people get away with ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
I think it's
My girlfriend
awful.
just doesn't. She's not
that sort of person.
She's a lovely, lovely girl.
She wouldn't do dirty like that.
Well, she'd do me dirty on multiple occasions, but not stuff like that. She's just nasty.
Not in a good way.
I was also thinking, here's another record stick, you don't get a say.
On what?
Another record stick. No, you don't get a say, you're not allowed to come up with any.
Oh, okay. I am a walking egg, to be fair.
Okay, so another equal stick is, once again, love your life. You love them to the end of the earth and back. You have seen a future with them, you've envisioned every part of your life with them, you couldn't imagine letting them go, and then all of a sudden one day, they say, just answer that text on my phone, and you say, okay. And
Very
you go in
respectful, by the way.
there, and you go on there, and you open it up, and it comes up, and it's a document, and they've been writing in it, but it's a Harry Potter smutty fanfic, and they've been writing Harry Potter smutty fanfic behind your back, about Hagrid, like fucking Draco Malfoy.
That is wild.
And they do it.
Like,
they've
you
never
even
told
come up
you.
with that makes me worry.
And they post it for people to read. Like, they don't just keep that to themselves. But I don't know which one's worse. Anonymously.
Anonymously, do they?
Well, like under a handle, but not like anonymously. Like they post it and they reply to comments and stuff.
Yeah, but do people know it's them?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that's the tiebreaker for you.
Well, no,
I'm
because
worried.
I don't want people to. That's so shallow. I don't want people to know that my partner's doing that, because that is an ick in itself. But I think it's an ick I could probably.
Okay, well, say they like you were like, oh, what's this then? And then they were like, oh, like really embarrassed. And we're like, oh my god, I can't believe we're at that.
I'd say.
You'd be like, I'm embarrassed too, delete it.
I would say no. I am quite supportive, but just not about the hobby horsing. I'd say if this is what you want to do, fine, but can you make it at least?
Yeah, I think it's like it's not. It wouldn't hurt me, but I feel like I would really
I'd be embarrassed if other people found out.
I think I would just be a bit like, is that what you're into? Do you want me to dress up as like?
You want me to come in dressed as that fucking bird that's on Harry Potter?
I'll be Dobby, you be a slow. Don't worry.
Not me. Not Hermione.
Because I think about these things a lot. Sometimes I'm just in bed thinking, what would give me the ick?
I don't think much would give you the ick from.
No, fancy it too much is a problem. I'm working on it. Really, I sometimes sit there and just think, hate her, nothing.
Yeah, no, I don't think much would give you the ick from. Although, to be fair, I've never got the ick so bad that I've left one girl.
That was fucking crazy, like.
Yeah.
She was draped over the end of the dog, like, under the dog.
She lay on my dog, gave me the ick, and I said no.
No, she came, was talking to a girl.
This was a long, long time ago.
Yeah, and she came into her home. And by the way, she made her go to IKEA.
I took her to IKEA on a date.
She took her to IKEA, not for the food, no, because she had to get a new bedside table. So she took her to IKEA. It made her come back home with her, made her build it with her. And then she was like, probably going to make a move at some point. So she laid on a bed. She thought, oh, this is a good way to set the scene. The girl fucking lays across the bottom of the bed.
I was laid up like this.
A blanket. When
like
you drape a blanket over the
and then she lay across the bottom.
With her head at her feet as well, like not even the other way. Like looking at her just up on her toe. Maybe that's what she was into. But she was right at the toe area. And then Em was like, because I was like, did you kiss her? And she was like, well, so it's too awkward to do it then. I couldn't do it then because then I'd have to go in between my own legs, which is weird. And then she was like, and then I tried to kiss her, but when she was saying goodbye.
No, I didn't try.
No, but you were like, you thought now would be the
now would be a good time.
She literally just
like it.
Put shoes on, foot off, didn't she? She went, bye, toodles.
She put her shoes on, left out the front door.
You've got a fucking problem. Your feet were just stuck.
She messaged me straight afterwards.
So it's a lesbian thing, right? This is genuinely a lesbian thing. I spoke to so many girls about it. When you'll be with a girl, you'll do like, your first date lasts hours anyway.
Mm.
So you'll be with a girl on this first date and you don't kiss, and you're always message being like, I wish we kissed.
Yeah, we can 100%. It's such a gay thing. It's just
I think it's just everyone's got anxiety in the gay community.
Do you know what? Also, actually, this isn't something that we'd planned to talk about, but I am going to bring it up. As not so much you, because you are like more masculine STEM than you are like and you have quite a dominating personality in the most disrespectful way. Sorry, George.
She wears the pants in this relationship.
But like as a STEM that isn't like dom. No, I'm not.
You're not a top.
No, I'm not. I don't give off top energy. I'm not a top.
I could never even lie about it.
Or I can't even try to lie about it.
Yeah.
But it's really awkward when it comes to the time of who makes the move, which is why like my type is like dominant femmes.
Yeah, the thing is, I think with masc and femme or STEM and femme, a lot of people assume that the
more masculine one makes the move.
But when you're not the top.
When you're not the top and you're not, like, even if you are a switch, which I am, or whatever, I'm not like dominant enough to be like.
Yeah, but I'm a top. I'm a top, but I'm not cocky. You know what I mean?
Like, you would be comfortable making the first move.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, I would, but like, I'd prefer they did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a rough one.
It's tricky when you're that way.
Yeah, but then I always think, when you see like femme to femme, what happens then?
Yeah, but normally one of them is like the bigger personality.
Yeah.
And has more confidence.
Femme to femme or like masc for masc. Masc for masc, you just don't see it, do you really?
No, not very often.
But when we went to Pride, this is what I mean. How do we not see masc for masc couples? We see people dressed as dogs.
Yeah, but that is something that I can judge, because what is that?
Yes, I don't.
Respectful.
The thing that furries scare me. They do. I don't know, actually. I mean, you're not hurting anyone.
No, 100%.
But also, I got barked at Pride, and that did scare me. I said, please.
And we had a child with us.
Yeah, and you were barking at my child. Please. She was scared too.
Yeah. She started to cry.
Yeah, but I think I'm just more. The furry thing I don't understand, because I don't know if they fuck as animals, or I don't know if it's like a kink thing. I know the leather dog thing. That's like a kink.
Yeah.
Because they were the one that barked at me, actually. Sorry, furries, it was the other ones. I don't get it. They barked at me. And I was a bit scared. And can you remember when we went, oh my God, we went to Birmingham Pride last year.
We did.
And there was this woman walking this man round on her lead. Can you remember? And she was dressed in this like big princess dress. And he was in literally boxers and a dog mask.
Yeah. And she couldn't even see his face.
Yeah, and he was being walked around And she kept like,
it is crazy.
rating him.
Yeah, it is crazy, but it's just kinks in it. But like,
yeah, and I understand that everyone has different kinks, but like I was just in shock though.
yeah,
Like we were just like watching this drag queen perform, and then out of nowhere, this man just came in, literally walked like a dog. I said, oh, woof.
it is wild what some people. I mean, equality for all and that, but
Yeah, I mean, if it's not hurting anyone, who cares? But that looked like it hurt.
yeah, and I
She almost had this like, I don't know, he had like a spiked colour on, and I was worried that it was like electric. I was thinking,
training him.
she's done. Like, what are we gonna do now?
Yeah, it's wild. But
Yeah, I thought, fucking hell, I'm gonna have to call Dogs Trust. I don't know what to
Julie.
do. She's out. She's out. She's got him again. Lock away your dogs. She has arrived.
it's just not good, is it?
Birmingham Pride was also shit.
It was awful. It was like the worst. Not that I've been to many prides. I did
She's
live in
not
Denver
proud
for
of
3 years, but it was
Knott's
boring.
Pride is so good.
Yeah.
Knott's Pride is so good, and
Although we did have our first argument at
we
Knott's
did
Pride.
first.
Yeah.
One of many to come.
No, I don't think we'll ever have that many, but we did have our first.
But also, we had our first argument. This is where our personalities are so funny, because she was upset the whole night. We had this argument. We didn't even have an argument. We got home and she said, "You upset me," and I said, "Oh, sorry." And then she went, "Oh yeah, fair enough."
Yeah.
But then that was
like-
kind of it, because it's like, what else can you do?
I think we're too chill to argue.
Don't have anything.
Nah.
And I also think if I argue with people, I just find everything so funny.
Yeah. I think if I'd have been more like, okay, no, this is serious.
Yeah, I'd have been like,
You'd have been a bit more like, oh, yeah. But it wasn't that
I think
deep.
it makes it worse as well because you don't drink and I drink.
Yeah, I am a sober.
So you're more aware of what's going on. I didn't have a fucking clue what was going on. I just came home and was like, why is everyone upset?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the circumstances,
We're complete. Yeah.
they were valid, but
Yeah.
it was what it was.
I did let you off. I did say I get it. I did say sorry.
And you did roll me a fag.
I
And
did
that's
roll
what
her
really
back
mattered.
and I let her sleep in my bed.
Yeah, I have anxiety.
Right,
so
she can't
I
sleep her own
sleep in
fucking
my own bed.
Yeah.
So if anyone's looking for anyone, I am available, but I do have severe anxiety.
So also, she has 2 monkeys that she brings over called Spencer. And if she brings another monkey in and she starts unzipping it, run. Because she's, because she's got, the other day, so let me set the scene. We're in bed. She's having a
No,
very
we're not in bed, we're on the bed.
I'm not in bed with her. We're sat on her bed and she goes, I'm having a bit of an anxious day. And when I used to be anxious, and when I was younger, I used to have this comfort blanket. It used to comfort me a lot, so sometimes I like to get that blanket in my bed. So then she goes, it's in here, look. She gets this monkey
From the top of my wardrobe.
except for my wardrobe, because that's the right place to keep comfort blanket. And she unzips it, and she goes, and I'm looking down doing my work, and she goes, here it is. And I've looked up expecting to see a blanket. It's a thread.
It's not one thread.
No, it's multiple strips. But she pulled out a thread, and she was like, rubbing it against her face. And she was going, flanelette.
Listen, if there's one thing you need to know about me, I'm a sucker for comfort. Like, I love a comfort.
They really threw me off. You said blanket, then pulled out a piece of
It was
string.
my blanket once.
Oh, it was so bad, you can't, in fact, I got a video of it. I
She's whipping up
was
video.
so, like, surely absolutely not.
Look, it was my blanket once.
I told her I'd get her a new one, because that can't be right.
I don't actually use it. Like, it was a child thing.
This is the blanket she called. Look at that. That's the blanket. That's not a blanket. It looks like Noodles.
Noodles is my dog. His name
Noodles
is
is
actually
dog.
Dougal.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I was sad. I had a bad time.
Get the blanket out. Rub that on your face.
Yeah, and also it's fucking filthy.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, it was fucked.
You need to say goodbye.
No, I could never. I'm not good at saying goodbye.
No, you're not. It's shot problem. She says hello again. You said, hello, sorry, but hello, sorry.
Do you know what's crazy though? I'm such a people pleaser that the current situation that I'm in, I did nothing wrong, right?
Yeah, and you're there saying sorry.
I apologised multiple times.
It could never be me.
It's just crazy.
Whereas I'm like, I don't know. I'm the opposite, but in a bad way. It's not good how much I don't care.
I think you do with though.
Yeah, I do with but like with other people.
Generally.
I think I don't like cut people off, but I could. Like, I'm good with just
Yeah.
I can't be arsed with you anymore.
But sometimes I'm like, I wish I could have that ability, but then like, would I want to care that little?
Yeah, but then all of you, like, our like group of friends, like, you have all said to me before that I'm too.
Yeah, you are very cutthroat.
Yeah, like very blunt. If you ask me for advice, I'm very blunt.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like,
George tells me I have to start being nicer. She's like, you need to be kind.
no, I don't think you need to be like change the way you are. Like if I wanted solid, like point blank advice, you are who I would come to, because you don't like, what's the word, like soften anything.
And
Yeah, you don't sugarcoat anything. But sometimes when you're going through a bad
The
time,
thing is, why am I lying to you?
I don't think it's lying so much as like sometimes when someone is having a really bad time, you could just maybe say things like slightly different.
I just can't help it.
Yeah, I know.
Because in my mind, you wouldn't be having a bad time if you listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, which is why I go to other person.
Yeah, exactly.
If I need soft advice,
people, yeah.
that like.
But then the other day, you came here, and two of us were here, and usually she's the gentle person.
Yeah.
And that's how you know the situation.
Yeah.
She's usually the gentle person, and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Leave." And
got
I was like, "You're a mug." Yeah. That's
Sometimes it takes everyone in your life
And even then, you're like,
to say,
"See you next week."
you really should not be doing this anymore.
Yeah.
But, you know.
We're on the up. We've made a podcast.
Yeah, we have.
Also, we've not got a jingle. We want a jingle.
Yeah, so if
Anybody's going to have to send us advice for a jingle. Because I said, you know, I quite like this song. Oh, I can't play it. Can't afford the copyright.
Yeah, no
sorry.
copyright, no.
But we want a gay song. We don't want Fletcher.
I fucking love Fletcher.
Fletcher is a person.
Yeah, I do. So Fletcher, if you see this,
Chaperone.
this reaches you, Fletcher.
I love Chaperone so much, guys. I love her so much. I love her so much.
Like, your girlfriend's going to see this.
Yeah, she's going to be fucking for you.
Yeah.
She messaged me earlier. Sorry, She messaged me and she said, "Be honest with me." And I was thinking, oh, terrible news. Serious conversation incoming. Bearing in mind, we don't have that. So I said, oh.
You're not a serious convo girlie.
I started, my stomach flipped.
Yeah,
Started a little bit panicky.
Yeah.
And she went, "Have you seen Chaperone's boobs?" And I said, "Huh?" She said, "Have you seen Chaperone's boobs?" And I said, "No." She said, "Good, keep it that way. They're going around on social media deleting the I said, "Okay, anything for you. You can also piss on me." No worries. And that's how you know you're in love.
Yeah. You know what we haven't done this week is dickhead or date them.
Yeah. I can't get involved.
No, she can't get involved because
me.
Yeah.
But I'm basically going to come up with like, not like a controversial celebrity, but a lot of, like, you know, when you put up a celebrity and some people are like, "Oh my God, so fit," and other people are like, "Absolute fuck." Yeah. I'm going to put up one of them and she has to see whether or not she thinks they're a dickhead or if she'd date them. I'm not going to get involved because if I say date them to anyone, I'd have to say dickhead every time.
Yeah, you would. And some of them aren't dickheads.
Well, yeah. But I'm not about to be the one that says that. I'll have to say delightful or dickhead.
Another one is Mole's Madness.
Yeah, I just have a lot that's gone on.
You should tune in, really, and let us know if you want to hear some stories. I've heard literally all of them. They're wild. They are. Every time you tell me a new story, I'm like, how?
Write a book. And I say, I can't write.
Yeah, but I also say, you come out with stuff, and I'm just like...
Yeah, because sometimes, like, it's not even... I'm not even telling a story. I'll just be like, somebody will say something, and I'll be like, that reminds me one
It sounds fake.
Yeah, and it's
it sounds fake.
I have witnesses for everything. Yeah.
Another one we're going to do is STEM situations, which will also probably apply to like masks.
Yeah, more masculine people. Yeah.
Which will be like, we'll go
or if you're
over.
like more like androgynous or like even non-binary people, really.
Yeah, and it will just be like us going through how we feel about certain things as STEM lesbians.
Yeah, like problems we have.
Yeah.
Not problems, because I've got none.
Oh, you've got a fair few, but let's not get into that.
Here's the problem. Situation. What do you do when your friend Em is really mean to you?
A catfish corner. It should be interesting. I'm excited to do this.
Yeah. We want people who want us to, not me, she's going to have to do it.
Yeah.
She's going to loyal test people.
Yeah.
Like investigate. She's so good at it.
Not even loyalty tests to start with. I think to start with, it should be like people who have doubts of the relationship that they're already in.
We're also going to do caustic every week.
Yeah,
I have loads of them.
Yeah, she does because she is, isn't it?
I just sit. That's fucking crazy. I don't hobby horse or write public. Might start writing fanfics about hobby horse.
Also do the worm and what's the saying that you...
I can't do them yet, but that will actually be impressive and not a If my girlfriend is going to be put off by that, then so be it. Actually, no, please don't go. Please don't go, please. Oh yeah, no.
So yeah, that's...
And also, we're going to start doing this thing, and I've decided that we must do it because...
I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, because when we tell stories on here, there are a lot of like weird ones. So what we're going to do is put a poll.
Oh, yeah.
Poll, and we're going to put 2 words that relate to the story. It's probably going to be weird ones. I think it's going to be shit the bed.
Yeah.
We shit the bed or prosthetic arm, and you have to pick which story you'd like to hear. By just picking one of them, you're not going to know what either of the stories are until you hear them. Other than people who know us.
No, not even that for me.
In fact, you probably don't even want to hear them. They're terrible.
To be honest, I don't
stories.
think I've told mine to anybody else.
No, I know. We're now going to tell the world. That's a bit crazy. You said
my world.
Tell my friends, but I will be telling my
world. She means 11 of our friends that follow us currently.
Are they our friends?
That's crazy because you're good.
Yeah, I love her. She's not my friend.
Yeah.
She's my best friend.
She's my soulmate.
She's my soulmate. I love saying that.
But yeah, that is it.
Yeah, we've just yapped. We don't know what's going to happen here, but we're having a laugh.
Yeah, we are. And I feel like we get
She
a
bought
lot.
a sign. She bought a fucking sign.
Yeah, I did. I'm
Like and subscribe. She bought a fucking sign, look.
I invested a lot in this.
Yeah, we're going to clip bits of it. It'll be on TikTok and stuff.
Okay. We should probably say bye. Toodles. Ta-ta for now.